Like millions of other people all over the country, former football star Robbie Savage's mum is self-isolating to combat the coronavirus epidemic because she knows we're all in this together. Val, 71, now Radio Live celebrity in her own right thanks to her regular no-nonsense appearances on her Mirror columnist son's shows, has talked us through her week spent separated from family and friends. Monday, have isolated myself since yesterday. Felt bit depressed today because was due to go for my haircut, but thought, I'm diabetic and have COPD, we can't muck about now because it's serious. A haircut is not essential, so cancelled it and tried not to think what my hair will be like at the end of 12 weeks. My friend, fair play to her, brought me bit of shopping this morning and left it on the doorstep where I'd left an envelope of money. Feel like I've got leprosy. And cried hearing lady on the wireless who was in her 80s, had asthma, no family and was scared of dying alone in her sleep. Bless her. That's how lots of people are feeling. Then told myself not to get depressed. Thought of how my mum and dad were in the war. They lived near Liverpool docks and endured the bombings, rationing, grieving. Just asking me to self-isolate for 12 weeks is no comparison to what they went through. We have to keep things in perspective. All have to do is stay in the house for 12 weeks and do what the experts tell us. I've got the telly, the iPad, I'm warm, I'm safe and my family's looking after me. Tuesday, the coronavirus has thrown up few awkward moments. Kind people who want to look out for their neighbors are looking at them and thinking, are they over 70 or not? My hair went white at 35. And my eyebrows went white too. I'd have hated it if someone thought was 60 when was actually 40. So maybe instead of asking someone if they're over 70 and need to self-isolate, just ask them if there's anything you can get them while you're out. I'm sure they'll appreciate that. I'm 72 next month and still don't like asking people for help because I've always been the one helping out. I nursed my mum and dad for years, then nursed my late husband Colin for 7 years while he had dementia. So when my friend called me to say she'd picked up few things for me in Home Bargains, burst into tears. It was just so thoughtful of her to think of me. Wednesday, panic buyers are disgusting and selfish. Me and my friend Beryl, who's also lost her husband, got taxi to Sainsbury's and knew it might be the last time for a while. There wasn't even teabag left. Only Twinings green tea. Well, don't like green tea. Then thought, love milk but there's shortage of that. So looked for that long life stuff. Don't like it, but needs must. But people were panic buying that too. There was no hand wash either. Feel like saying to people, excuse me, you're buying 30 bottles of hand wash at time. What about the other people who need it? Because if we can't sanitize our hands, then we're going to spread it. It's ridiculous. Thursday, my family have been keeping tabs on me. My son Jonathan lives just up the road and went to the fish shop for me today. We always have kiss and hug, but this time said we have to kick each other with our left foot, then our right, instead of cuddle. Gentle kick, mind. My other son Robert FaceTimed me on his way to the gym this morning. I answered the phone by saying, don't worry, son. I'm not dead. I'm still here. If you don't laugh about it sometimes, you'd go under. Our Rob is hypochondriac. He's off to the doctor if anything's wrong with him. Rob was saying, don't do this, Mum, don't do that, you've got to take it seriously. And all of this. So told him, you're depressing me now. He's doing my head in, to be honest. So cut the call short. Friday. Don't laugh. But I've got 2 squirrels in my garden who have visited all winter and call them gin and tonic. Mr. and Mrs. Blackbird come back every spring to make nest in the trees. And soon the cows will be coming to the farmer's field and they always pop their heads over the fence. Every day say good morning to gin and tonic, to Mr. and Mrs. Blackbird, and soon I'll be saying it to the cows. Honestly, by the end of 12 weeks, Dr. Dolittle will have nothing on me. So if I'm talking to all the animals, I'm not going to be lonely, am I? But I'll worry if they start answering me back. Saturday, I'm going to miss football, something awful. But we'll fill that time with something else, love. The other day opened my kitchen door to get bit of fresh air in my lungs. Sat in my chair and put bit of 50s and 60s music on my iPad. I had Bill Haley rocking around the clock and was twisting my hips for about an hour and a half. We have to do little things like that to cheer ourselves up. Tomorrow's Mother's Day and it'll be bit different this year. We've always been close family, love my son's bones. I'm bad on my legs, but if they were good, and either Jonathan or Robert needed leg, I'd give them one each tomorrow. I know I'm loved every day. We'll miss their hugs tomorrow, but we'll make up with hugs later on.